G'day guys, Ian here, and today we are doing a Q&A on blocked femoral pores in bearded dragons. Now guys, later on in this video we will be announcing a giveaway competition, so stick around to see what's available. Guys, if you are new to this channel and you haven't already done so, please do us a favour, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and welcome to Cookie's Critters. Hey guys, so a while ago I did a series of videos on blocked femoral pores in bearded dragons. Now I got flooded with questions and I want to use this opportunity to go through and answer those one by one. So the very first thing that I do want to clear up is these are not bearded dragon pimples. Now bearded dragons don't get pimples, much like we get pimples on our skin if our pores become blocked and the oil and the dirt build up behind the skin becomes infected and you start seeing a pussy white head. Now, bearded dragons have what's called femoral pores and they connect to what's called the femoral gland. And the femoral gland just sits below the scales on the inner thigh and just above the cloacal vent just here. So the sole purpose of the femoral gland is to produce a waxy secretion used to marking territory. Much like a cat or a dog when they go outside and they lift their leg, or they do a little spray, and hopefully not on the furniture on the inside of the house, a bearded dragon will rub their inner thigh and just above their cloacal vent, and rubbing the femoral pore on these rough and coarse surfaces like tree branches, tree stumps, rocks, loose substrates, etc., then smears that waxy secretion to mark their territory. Now, this is important for two reasons. Obviously, male bearded dragons are very territorial, as are all bearded dragons, but it allows other bearded dragons in the area to know if there are potential threats like other males or potential mates in terms of females. Now, bearded dragons, their sense of smell is highly in tune to this waxy secretion, so much so that they can tell the age, the gender, and the overall health of the bearded dragons in their area, which is ideal for them when they're trying to find a suitable mate. Okay, so one of the most common questions that I do get asked is how does a bearded dragon manage their femoral pores in the wild? Now this is a two-part question, and we're going to start off with the activity levels in captivity and in the wild. Now a wild bearded dragon in a natural habitat is highly active. They are running long distances, they're digging dens or burrows, and they're climbing trees, fence posts and rocks and etc. It's this increased activity level which is grinding away the femoral pores and keeping them soft and smooth. Now in captivity, the majority of bearded dragons are quite lazy and quite docile. Now it's this lack of activity in captive bearded dragons which creates an issue when it comes to blocked femoral pores. Now that being said, you can provide them backgrounds, you can provide them loose substrate, you can provide them coarse rocks and branches to rub upon. But if your bearded dragon is lazy in captivity, no matter how many coarse things you give your bearded dragon to grind their nails, to shed their skin, or to grind away the femoral pores, you're still going to end up with an issue because the activity level is one of the key components to blocked femoral pores. Now, the second part to this equation is the life expectancy. Now, the life expectancy of a wild bearded dragon is about 2.5 to 3 years of age. Now, this has nothing to do with femoral pores killing a wild bearded dragon. Now, the biggest contributor to mortality in wild bearded dragons is predation. So your predatorial birds, your wild cats, your large dogs, even big lizards will see this guy as an easy feed. Now in captivity, obviously we are keeping our bearded dragons safe from all these predators, but we do need to give them all the right lighting, heating, nutrition, hydration, and medical care. And that is the reason why they have an extended life expectancy. Now, the activity and the life expectancy go hand in hand. Obviously, as the dragon gets older, their activity levels will decrease. And it's these two factors that cause issues for bearded dragons and blocked femoral pores. So guys, it's myth busting time right now. Now, I saw a lot of comments on the videos that a bearded dragon cannot breathe in an upright position or when they are laying on their back. Now, while yes, the bearded dragon may look uncomfortable while laying on their back, I can confirm that a bearded dragon can breathe in all positions. Now, I reached out to Dr. Jonathan Howard, Australia's most renowned bearded dragon veterinarian. He goes under the social media handle of the Beardy Vet, and he confirmed that bearded dragons, while they don't have a diaphragm like we do underneath our ribs, which help us inhale, exhale, expand and contract our lungs, bearded dragons don't have a diaphragm, but they do have extra connective tissue, extra muscles between their ribs. And it's these extra muscles which allow a bearded dragon to breathe upright and while laying on their back. Now, when you take a bearded dragon to get an examination by your reptile veterinarian, you will often see that they will do the examination with the bearded dragon laying on their back. Now, obviously things like checking their cloaca and their femoral pores need to be done at least in an upright position or inverted, laying on their back. And I guarantee you, bearded dragons can breathe while on their back. It may look unpleasant, but they can breathe. Okay guys, so a very quick note or a caveat on this topic is, while yes, a bearded dragon can breathe while on their back, we do want to minimize the amount of stress that we do place on our bearded dragons. Obviously, we want them to be happy and healthy, so you want to reduce and minimize the time spent while the bearded dragon is laying on their back. Obviously, this little guy is pretty chilled and pretty happy, but we don't want to stress him out, so keep your back time to a minimum. Okay, so one of the most common things that came out of these videos and the questions attached to those were, or more so statements, that this is completely unnecessary to extract blocked femoral pores. Now, my thoughts and my opinion is we've now taken these animals out of the wild and we've captively bred them as domestic pets. Now that puts all the duty of care, all the responsibility on us as breeders and keepers to do what is right for our bearded dragons and all of our animals. That means the correct lighting, heating, feeding, watering regime, bathing, and medical care. Now that means that if your bearded dragon does have a blocked femoral pore, it is your responsibility to make sure that you do get the right care for your bearded dragon. Now, in saying that, it is important to be able to identify what is and what isn't a blocked femoral pore. Now, obviously, if you have any concerns, any issues, please do reach out to your local reptile veterinarian and ask for their guidance. We do have a link up above to a video on how to extract a blocked femoral pore. But if you have any doubts on your own ability, please do go speak to your reptile veterinarian. Yep. And so a few of the, I suppose, more trivial kind of questions were, why don't I use gloves while doing this? For one, I'm not squeamish. I do have tons and tons and tons of hand sanitizer. With the amount of animals that I do keep, for me to constantly change gloves in between handling animals would be very wasteful, very damaging to the environment, and not very cost effective. Hand sanitizer, pump it on, clean my hands in between handling each different lizard or each different snake. And the other one was, why don't I just use tweezers to pull out the little femoral plug? Now, the issue with that is if you grabbed a pair of tweezers, then potentially you are going to pinch the scales around the femoral pore, and that can be more damaging, and potentially you're just going to snap off the head of that femoral plug. You might as well just soak your dragon in accordance with the video that we've done before on how to extract it, and be patient. Just gently squeeze them out after the dragon has been soaking and the pores have been softened. Okay guys, it's competition time, and today we are giving away a 4-foot enclosure. Now guys, you will need the little code down below here, and you will need to follow the link in the description below across to our Facebook page. There will be a post which is sharing this video, and all the terms and conditions are on that post. Now guys, this competition will be drawn at the end of April. I look forward to seeing all the entrants, and I look forward to running more of these competitions and giveaways in the future. Now guys, if you did enjoy today's content, if you do like this kind of video, please do hit that like button. If you've got any feedback, any recommendations, please do leave it in the comments section below. Guys, if you haven't already done so, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. And as always guys, if you've got them, keep your beard treated and your beardies heated.